Yo, what's up mga kasipnatics? Our topic for today, loss of exponents. Under loss of exponents, we have zero exponents, negative integral exponents, positive integral exponents, product of a power, power of a power, power of a product, and then quotient loss. Review muna tayo ng parts of exponential form. Given yung 3 squared or 3 raised to 2, 2 is the exponent. Again, yung 2, ayan yung exponent. And then, yung 3 na yan, that is a base. So, ayan yung parts ng exponential form. Let us proceed now to zero exponent. So, according to zero exponent, any number excluding 0 raised to 0 is equal to 1. A raised to 0 is equal to 1 where A is not equal to 0. So, yung A, bawal siya maging 0. Bakit? Kasi pag naging 0 raised to 0, that is an indeterminate. Again, 0 raised to 0 is indeterminate. Let's proceed now to our example. Example number 1. 2 raised to 0, that is equivalent to 1. Because any number excluding 0 is equal to 1. Basta naka-raise siya sa 0. Example number 2. X raised to 0. So that is equal to 1. So aside from number that is greater than 0, pwede rin yung variable. Kapag yung variable naka-raise sa 0, that is equal to 1. Next example tayo mga kasipnatics. Number 3. So given yung 5m raised to 0. So what do you think is the answer? The answer is, okay, given yung 5, meron siyang imaginary na 1 or exponent na 1. Imaginary yun ha. And then yung m, ang exponent niya is 0. That's why we have 1. Then 5 times 1, that is 5. Next example, number 4. The quantity of 5m raised to 0. Kapag yung term nasa loob ng close and open parenthesis, so kahit gaano pa kadami nasa loob ng close and open parenthesis, kapag yon ay naka-raise to 0, the answer is 1. Next example, number 5. Given 1 raised to 0, and then plus 10 raised to 0, plus 1,000 raised to 0. What do you think is the answer mga kasipnatics? So kapag ganyan, 1 raised to 0, that's equivalent to 1. 10 raised to 0, that is also equivalent to 1. Then yung 1,000, that is also equivalent to 1. Then 1 plus 1 plus 1, that is 3. Sana nasusundan nyo mga kasipnatics. Next, let's proceed to negative integral exponent. So from the word negative, yung exponent natin is negative. Then from the word integral, that is integers. If we have a raised to negative n, that is equal to 1 over a raised to n. As you observe, yung exponent natin, which is negative, so mapupunta siya sa denominator, magiging positive. Then magkakaroon tayo ng numerator na 1. Example tayo mga kasipnatics. Number 1. given 2 raised to negative 3. Yan. Negative yung exponent natin. Then, we have a base of 2. So, ang gagawin natin, magkakaroon tayo ng numerator na 1 over 2 raised to 3. Okay, so kung mapapansin ninyo, yung negative na exponent, which is 3, naging positive. Napunta siya sa denominator. Then, after that, you need to expand 2 raised to 3. So, ano nga ba yung expanded form ni 2 raised to 3? So, ang expanded form niya is 2 times 2 times 2. Tama. So, after nyan, isi-simplify lang natin or i-multiply. Tandaan nyo na kapag parenthesis, that is multiplication. Tandaan nyo yung mga kasipnatics ha. Then, we have now 1 over 2 times 2 times 2, that is 8. We have 1 over 8. Next example tayo mga kasipnatics. Example number 2. Given quantity of 3b raised to negative 2. So, mapapansin nyo, negative pa rin yung exponent natin. So, from that, meron tayong numerator na 1. And then, yung 3b or yung quantity 3b raised to negative 2, yung negative magiging positive. And then, after that, anong gagawin? Just copy the numerator na 1 over. Okay. Gagawin natin, kukunin natin yung expanded form. Ang expanded form niya is 3b times 3b. Then, next is you need to simplify the denominator. 3b times 3b, that is 9b squared. So, that is the final answer. Next example, mga kasipnatics, number 3. Given the quantity of 1 over 3 raised to negative 2. So, mapapansin nyo, negative pa rin yung exponent natin. So, magkakaroon tayo ng numerator na 1 over yung 1 over 3 raised to negative 2. Gagawin natin siyang denominator. And then, yung negative 2 magiging positive. And then, after that, anong susunod na step? So, gagawin natin, we need to expand 1 over 3 raised to 2. So, ang expanded form niya is 1 over 3 times 1 over 3. And then, ayan na. Na-expand na natin yung 1 over 3 raised to 2. So, paano ba tayo mag-multiply ng fraction to fraction? In multiplying fraction to fraction, numerator over the denominator times numerator over the denominator. So, kapag ganyan, fraction to fraction, numerator times numerator lang. Pag multiply mo yung numerator at numerator, yung nasa taas. And then, yung denominator times the denominator or yung nasa baba. Pag multiply mo lang, kasipnatics. So, ayan. Just copy 1. Copy lang natin yung 1 na numerator over 1 times 1. That is 1. Then 3 times 3. That is 9. And then next step. So, paano nga ba tayo mag-divide ng whole number to fraction? So, kapag ganyan, you need to get the reciprocal of the denominator. Ang denominator natin dyan is yung 1 over 9. Kukunin mo lang yung reciprocal. Kapag sinabing reciprocal, pagpapalitin mo lang yung numerator at denominator ng position. So, yung 9 magiging numerator yun. And then, yung 1 magiging denominator. And then, after that, proceed to multiplication. Tama, mga kasipnatics. magpo-proceed tayo sa multiplication after natin kunin yung reciprocal ng 1 over 9. So, that is 1. Yung 1 na yan, that is a numerator. Then, yung reciprocal niya, that is 9 over 1. Nasundan nyo ba mga kasipnatics? Yung 1 over 9, kinuha lang natin, pinagbaliktad natin. No? Yung 9 na denominator, naging numerator. Then, yung 1 naging denominator. Okay, dito na tayo sa baba mga kasipnatics kasi hindi na kasya. So, copy lang natin yung 1 times 9 over 1. So, kapag ganyan, so, multiplying whole number to fraction, same lang yan, numerator times numerator, denominator times denominator. But this time, dapat isulat natin yung imaginary 1 na denominator. Para sa susunod na kapag magmumultiply kayo, alam nyo na kung anong gagawin. So, 1 times 9, 9. Then, 1 times 1, that is 1. And then, 9 divided by 1, that is 9. Yan yung final answer natin. And then, next, proceed na tayo sa positive integral exponent. So, from the word positive exponent, so, positive yung exponent natin. Given yung a raised to n, so, isulat natin yung factors niya. That is a times a times a up to the a, or kung ilan yung factors or yung exponent, which is since yung n yung number of kung ilang beses natin i-multiply yung base sa sarili niya. Example, 2 raised to 5. So, 2 raised to 5, we need to get the expanded form. 2 times 2 times 2 times 2 times 2. So, 5 yan 5 2. And then, i-multiply mo. Or, pwede mo ring isulat yan, instead of parenthesis, pwede kang gumamit ng dot. That indicates multiplication yung operation na gagamitin. So, tandaan nyo, sa mathematics, kapag close and open parenthesis, that is indicate na multiplication, and then the other one is dot, and then yung usually na ginagamit natin sa elementary, yung x. So, pare-parehas lang yan mga kasipnatics na multiplication. So, 2 times 2 times 2 times 2 times 2 times 2, that is 32. Okay? Proceed tayo sa next example. By the way, burahin ko na yung iba, yan, yung dot, tsaka yung x na ginamit natin. Kasi kadalasan ang ginagamit natin sa math is yung close and open parenthesis. Again, that is multiplication. 2 raised to 5 is equal to 32. Next example, the quantity of 1 over 4 raised to 4. Okay, so we need to get the expanded form of that. So, 1/4 times 1/4, bali 4 na 1/4 na ipagmumultiply natin. Times 1/4 times 1/4. So, pag ganyan, numerator times numerator lang. Lahat ng numerator, pag multiply mo, 1 times 1 times 1 times 1 times 1, that is 1. And then 4 times 4, 16. Times 4, that is 64. And then times 4, that is 256.